Time to catch some kitties. Hi everybody, welcome to Cats and Pats. Like most of the world, me and my wife Sarah have been playing Pokemon Go non-stop for the past week, and we have been loving every second of it. I just hatched an Abra like an hour ago, and I'm pretty pumped about it. So with all this Pokemon Go playing, I was thinking, can you catch a stray cat with a Pokeball? So I went down to my local Pokestop, got a couple Pokeballs, and decided to try them out on my own cats first before I went out into the wild. So if only it was that easy to catch stray cats. But I've got good news for you. It might actually be that easy. All it takes is a little preparation and a visit to your local TNR group's website. So you might be asking, what is TNR? TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, Return. TNR is a program where free-roaming cats, like not owned by any people, are trapped, they're spayed and neutered, they're medically treated, and then they're returned to the wild. You might be wondering, why does TNR exist? Like, can we get all these kitty cats adopted? And if that was the case, that would be awesome. Estimates from the ASPCA put the number of stray cats in the United States alone at around 70 million. Also, one mama cat, through her kids and her kids' kids, can produce about 70 cats over the span of 18 months. If you span that out another year and a half, you get around 4,000 to 5,000 cats. TNR groups try to curb this growth. There are a lot of reasons to promote and embrace TNR. It helps improve kitties' lives through vaccinations or also reduction of mating behaviors like fighting and spraying and stuff like that. It helps communities by creating opportunities for outreach and education. And finally, it helps save kitty lives, as feral cats that are brought to shelters can't get adopted and are therefore euthanized. If you want to get involved with some TNR programs, the best resource I found is through alleycat.org. If you go to alleycat.org/TNR, there are guides about trap plans and preparation, surgery and post-surgery guides, pretty much anything you need to get started. They do have some locations and groups listed on their website for Virginia, if you're like me and in Virginia, but I didn't see much outside of that. However, if you go to Google and type in TNR group Dallas, Texas, or TNR groups Seattle, Washington, or something, a ton of entries will appear. Most all of them are good, and there's lots of local groups around every small town I found. For some areas, you might be able to just call up the group and say hey, I have a stray cat, can you guys do something? And they'll just send somebody out there and they'll take care of the whole process for you. Usually though, the groups are just providing assistance and guidance and things like that. One group I saw in Arlington, they covered all the costs for spaying and neutering and traps and all that sort of stuff. So there's lots of good resources out there and lots of good people that are willing to help you. Also, if there isn't anything nearby, you can just start one up yourself. Once again, alleycat.org has a lot of good step-by-step guides of the whole process, but here's a quick overview. First is to make a plan before you trap. This is all about just doing research and preparing. You should talk to neighbors to make sure they know what's going on and they don't accidentally trap one of their cats. You need to prepare for special situations like kittens with mothers or ill and injured cats. Also really important is to coordinate with a feral-friendly vet or clinic nearby. Alleycat.org has a feral friends network, and that might be able to help you out with that. Second is the trapping process. There's a lot to preparing them, baiting them, and actually setting them ready to go. You also need to make sure you keep track of your traps and check them often from a distance, because you don't want to spook whatever that cat is that you might be trapping. Once they're trapped, be ready to spring into action. Oh, one more thing. Don't move cats in the trunk of your car or in the back of a pickup bed. It freaks them out, it's not good, and it's unsafe. Third is actually taking the kitty in for spaying or neutering and medicines and vaccinations and also the post-surgery care. Most kitties need to be held for 24 to 48-ish hours after the surgery as a recovery period. After that time, the kitties can be returned to wherever they were found. If that particular area isn't safe, lots of TNR organizations will help try to find different locations, maybe a farmyard home that the kitties can live in. If the kitties are still young enough or just happen to be friendly adults, they're usually put into foster homes where they'll eventually be adopted. If you don't have any stray kitties near you, that's awesome. You can always donate to local TNR organizations or broad advocacy groups like alleycat.org or ASPCA or something like that. However, you probably know somebody that has stray cats around them, so feel free to share this video with them and all the resources I've mentioned. If we all work together on this, we can reduce the number of stray and feral cats and hopefully save a lot of kitty lives. If you want more kitty tips and info, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.